How do they feel about you? And will they be coming back? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at how they felt about you before and now, and most importantly, will they be coming back, or will they be coming back correctly? We look at the time frame they would be coming back, if they are, what they would say to you, what their higher self wants to say to you, what spirit wants to say to you about this connection, and then spirit's message of what's coming up for you next in your life. This was meant to be a short reading, but it ended up being a regular sized reading because of all the information I want to pull through, and I do it in a timely manner for sure. And I want to do a lot of piles just because I felt like this was such an important reading. So whether you resonate with the messages or not, you will at least get some clarity and information just by making up your own mind of how you feel about your connection and your love life in general. And that can empower you to make big decisions going forward, moving your life forward in love and in general. And that's the gift I want to give all of you at this time. So with that, I hope you enjoy the reading and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile one. With the Andara crystal, we're looking at how they feel about you and will they be coming back. This is meant to be like a short, to the point reading so you can make the highest and best decisions for yourself in your life right now. Okay, so how do they feel about you before? Confidence. Yeah, they felt good about you. This was a good thing. How they feel about you now? Comfort in reverse. So I feel like they are feeling uncomfortable with the connection right now, whether you two are still together and little to no communication or have kind of separated. They feel kind of awkward around you. Maybe they feel uncomfortable with the idea of bumping into you or where this connection is going. The main question here is, will they be coming back? Good or bad? Let's rip off the band-aid, pile one. It seems like a no. I feel like things ended too horribly for things to be kind of saved in this connection. You know, sometimes it's good just to have an answer rather than have no answer at all. I feel like it's even to the point where they might not come back with like an explanation. Like I feel like they didn't give you really anything of why things went the way they did. And I feel like for them, they don't feel like they owe you an explanation because they're like, isn't it self-explanatory? Like, yeah, maybe talking about it might give a little bit of healing, but why would you even want to like work through that or look at that stuff again? So let's get some like context here, some clarification. Yeah, okay, so I feel like when you two were alone back then, things were good. I think it was like, it wasn't the chemistry between the two of you. You two had a really good chemistry. You two had a lot of good charisma with each other, really good flow. But I feel like with everything else in life, yeah. Like it wasn't the emotional part. Like you two really liked each other. It was kind of not knowing everything else. Like I feel like the two of you got into a thing with each other, a connection with each other so strong and so hard right off the bat. And it was kind of like you liked each other so much right off the bat that you didn't really think about other things in each other's lives and how that would affect a relationship going into the future. Ace of Swords, yeah. The one thing they know for sure is it was a really good thing to cut this off. So whether they ghosted you or you ghosted them or whoever cut it off, like that was the right thing to do. It was a very uncomfortable thing to do, but it was the right thing to do. And whether you agree with that or not, like, I think in both of your heart of hearts, like, know that this was, even though it was difficult and maybe the other person treated the other, like one person unfairly and broke it off, like kind of abruptly and not pleasantly, like in the long term, you both know, like, yeah, it wasn't gonna work. And this was the right way to go, like to cut it off, even though it wasn't cut off well. Does that make sense? Okay, so will they be coming back? Like if they are, like what would be the time frame? Ooh, week and a half. Yeah, I got kind of, this is a timeless reading, but I got kind of like spring, summer energies from the Queen of Wands. So like Queen of Wands usually represents like the next like 1 to 3 days, like the next like day or two. And then a week and a half came up, and it's also generally like March or April. I'm also getting like June, July vibes, even August. But I'm getting specifically like around now. Like that's probably why their energy is coming in so strong right now. Maybe why you're looking into them. Maybe they popped into your life randomly on social media, or you bumped into them with something recently, and so you're checking in on this connection. And it does say that you have a pretty good chance to bump into them or talk to them or like kind of reconnect a little bit in the next few days or couple of weeks. But I'm getting like it's gonna be really uncomfortable for them because they know, things weren't cut off right. And you might harbor some feelings about that. They might harbor some feelings about that. Yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but there is like they might be around your energies right now, and that's probably why we might be thinking about them more right now. But it does seem likely that you might bump into them right after under the Confidence too, and under the Six of Wands, like privately, like you two just bump into each other, not with like friends or anything. Like you just happen to bump into each other. I'm getting more of like an outdoor setting, like a farmer's market or something like that. Just not really expecting this, like at a grocery store and just randomly bumping into each other. That's why it's a little bit more uncomfortable, just because it's so caught. You two are so caught off guard bumping into each other, and it's kind of like inevitable that you're going to have to talk about that one thing that's like really uncomfortable, right? But it's like, if not now, when? You might never get the chance again. So obviously, some things are going to be said. You're going to find out some stuff. And because they're so close around you with the Ten of Swords here, energetically, like if you don't bump into them physically, like this is a really good time frame. You might get a message from them, or you might hear about something that they're doing through the grapevine, or you might get a download or a dream about them, or vision about them and what they're up to and why things happened, So some sort of clarity. And what do they want to say to you if they had to say something to you? Oh my goodness, Ace of Swords again. Yeah. I think they're gonna like reiterate the fact that like they want to sever ties with you, because they're kind of maybe unsure if you're gonna want to be back with them, or if they don't want to give you any wrong ideas. And they want to stand by their decision. They're like, no, it might have not have been done well or in the right timing, but like I stand by my decision to kind of cut this connection off, or cut off communication or something like that, or make this specific decision. So I feel like they will kind of let you know that they stand by their decision. What does their higher self want to say to you about back then? The beauty of your soul takes my breath away. Yeah, the thing is, like, they really do genuinely love the kind of person that you are. They love being with you just one-on-one, but it feels like both your lives are so different that it would never have worked, like unless like so many changes happened in the world. Like you two are like star-crossed lovers, like it would never have worked, like the way you relate to people, friends and family, your social circles, the way your goals, what you believe, like everything is so different that even though your souls recognize each other, it's like you both kind of grew up with different experiences, wanting different things, that like it would never have jived, but like it does not take away from the fact that like, yeah, your souls matched, but nothing in the physical world did, if that makes sense, you know? So it's a tough situation, but it's like one of those, I guess like a lesson here would be like, I don't know, let me not say it. Like, let Spirit say it. Reflect. This is Spirit's message for this connection. I feel like Spirit does want you to like kind of reflect on this connection for some reason. Like, there's something here. Let's see. Flute. Disappointment in a friend or a lover. And January came up. Okay, so I feel like it's funny because with this January, I see this like kind of long nose. I'm getting like Pinocchio vibes. I feel like maybe they thought, or you might have thought, like, this person might have been like a liar. And that's like kind of like one of those things, like when you're just caught up in a lie and you just can't get out of it, you just kind of keep digging deeper and deeper into that hole. I feel like that's kind of how they felt with you. Like, they I don't know, maybe you were interested in something. They're like, yeah, I'm interested in that. And then you kind of built your whole relationship about this one thing that they actually don't like. And it's like they were just waiting to get out of it. And like, it was kind of like a lie. I think it was kind of like, for some of you, I'm getting, it's like they were pretending to be a nice person because they like you and they wish they could be a nice person and you're a nice person. But then like, they just kept like, they're like, that's not me, that's not who I am. And it just kind of kept building up and building up and building up. And they're like, I can't lie about like who I am anymore. You know, it's like I can't be that nice. Like, I have to get out of here. Like, you know, like it's kind of one of those things like where they just kept like lying about their personality and or who they are to be with you, to appease you. Maybe they really want to be that person, but like they're not. And so they don't have anything good to tell you, you know, like, oh yeah, it's because I'm not a nice person, you know, and you might not ever understand that. So like I had to just leave, you know, like, this is what not nice people do. Like, I don't want to explain myself. Like, I don't want to tell other people that like I'm just like not as nice as you. Like, what, who would say that? Who would admit that, you know, especially not a nice person. So like I feel like it's something like that. And it's like kind of sucks because like I think you might find out that they were lying about a huge like their personality or something that they like. That was such a big reason that you like them, you know, but they were just faking it the whole time. Like, you're like maybe thinking this is a kindred soul, but it's not. Okay, so what is Spirit say is coming up for you next? Six of Swords. You're letting go of the past and evolving into the calmer waters of self-mastery, harmony, and balance. Release any previous conflict and baggage as you shift out of the old energy and move towards a brighter future. Yeah, so with the reflection, I feel like I'm getting a huge judgment card energy here, which is like this person might be coming up in order for you to kind of clear that old energy to bring new energy in. Especially with the Six of Wands, now the Six of Swords, and then the two Ace of Wands here. Like, I feel like you're gonna be having an opportunity to travel. Like, you might end up traveling alone and then come back like with a date. You know, like what I'm saying. Like, you might be traveling somewhere. It could be somewhere close, maybe like 2 towns over, like an hour or two away from where you are, or it could be like in another country or something. But I feel like you're gonna be traveling somewhere, and by the time you come back home, you're gonna have like a date or like a boyfriend or girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like someone's gonna message you, or you're gonna find someone when you're traveling. And I'm getting it's just a date. Like, don't worry, but like that's gonna be a huge sign for you. Like, you might just get someone's number or something like that, you know, and it's just a sign from the universe that like you're on the right track with healing this past baggage with this person. Like, sometimes the explanation for why something didn't work out is like it eats you alive, you know, and it prevents you from making good choices in your love life moving forward. But I feel like with this case, like the answer was just as like simple as that. Like, they were they weren't who you think you thought they were. They wanted to be, they pretended to be, and that's like the best thing about them. So, you know, just leave it at that, you know? Um, yeah, so pile one, I hope this gave you some clarity and can allow you to kind of make positive decisions for yourself and your love life moving forward. If you resonated with this reading, I really, 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 really love if you left pile one as a comment in the comment section, because it really helps me out. Like, this is a new topic. I love input. I'm doing it for you guys. I would have no other reason. This is divine work. It's literally to help people continue on their highest best path. And, you know, if you help me, I help you. We all help each other. I love the idea of, you know, kindness winning. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 2. With the rose quartz, we're looking at how they feel about you and will they come back. It's meant to be like a quick, short reading, but I realized from pile 1 that this is actually a regular reading. So if I talk fast, that's just because there's a lot to get through. But we're going to peel this off like a Band-Aid, rip it off like a Band-Aid, whether it's good or bad. This is information meant to help you right now. So how did they feel about you before? Ideation. Okay, so I feel like in the beginning of this connection, like they didn't really know if this is going to work out or not. They might have not been like really thinking that this would amount to much. Like maybe, you know, maybe they thought like you were too far out of their league, or maybe they just had so many suitors back then that they didn't really particularly picked you out of the crowd or something. Like there's something about the energy of like they didn't have any really expectations in the beginning. And what about now? Rejection. And now they're like, oh my goodness, tables have turned. Now I feel like pile 2 doesn't even want me. So I feel like in the beginning, they like weren't so sure about you. They didn't think, they had so many like choices, or they might have felt that they were out of your league, or like, you know, you're too out of theirs, that like you never choose them. But now like they feel like the tables have turned, and like now they're like really want you, and you are saying no to them. Okay, so will they be coming back? Lovers. Yes, of course they're gonna be coming back. I feel like this is someone that like you know, you're like, oh, like I am giving you a shot here. Okay, like I know my value, I know how good I am, and it took them a minute to figure out like your value and how powerful you are and how awesome you are, how beautiful and perfect you are. But by the time that they figured that out, like you were kind of annoyed with them and kind of over it, and so you rejected them. But of course, they are still obsessed with you, and they just took all this time to figure out your value and how awesome you are, and now they really want you. Of course, they're gonna be knocking on your door. Okay, so let's get some clarifications real quick. King of Wands, yeah. I do feel like they didn't see a future between the two of you. Like maybe they thought like you weren't like wifey, hubby material at first. They're like, oh, like maybe as a fling, yeah, sure. But I don't see anything long term with them. Like they didn't see anything serious. Maybe they just thought it was like a casual fling, dating situation. You know, it wasn't gonna like last or something like that. Knight of Pentacles, and now they're like taking every opportunity they have to kind of throw like marriage on the table or long-term commitment on the table. And so like, you know, it's kind of funny how the tides have turned. And then lastly, Death card. Yeah, I feel like there was like a major event in this connection where like I think you would be able to pinpoint exactly the event where things changed. Like you rejected them, or you gave them an ultimatum, or you're like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore, or like you're in or you out, or something where like the energies of the connection completely changed. The power dynamic completely changed. Like you fully have the power, and you use that power to like make a decision in the connection. So the power dynamic definitely changed. You definitely have more power, for sure. Okay, so let's see, are they coming back and when? The Moon card, we have Cancer, And the 22, okay. 25. I'm getting like July 22nd. But it doesn't have to, this is a timeless readings, but I'm getting like with the 22, which is a master builder number. Like it could be on the 22nd of the month that you're currently watching or the next month. But with the moon card, I kind of am getting like you're not going to know. Like I think you might be still confused on where this person is. Like they haven't really said anything, and that's probably why you kind of cut them off even more, because it's like it seems like they do want to be with me, and they absolutely do. I mean, they would beg at your feet if they had to, but they're not making any moves. They're not taking any action. They're not saying anything. So you're just like confused because you feel that energy off of them. Like you're intuitive. You can tell that they feel this way about you, but they're not doing anything really. They might mention it here and there, but it's so casual that you're like, oh, like if I wanted someone, I wouldn't be so casual about it. I'd be like, hey, I love you. Like, do you want to be with me? What do I have to do? Like, you know, I wouldn't be so casual about it. So I think you're kind of a little bit more like confused here. It's like, I feel like they're saying something, but I don't know how serious they are if they're just being casual about it. So what would they say to you right now? Your family won't like me? I feel I'm getting a sense like maybe your friends or like your coworkers, whoever you kind of talk to about this person, I feel like they might have like their guard up, like they're being protective over you. Like your friends might have heard how much this person piled to has been so like slow to get it, to like kind of give you the respect that you deserve, the acknowledgement that you deserve, you know, the time and energy and love that you deserve. So I feel like, yeah, maybe people that you know, like maybe like a few friends especially, might not like this person really, because they just kind of didn't know, they didn't value the person that they had. They didn't know what they had until it was gone. So I do feel like you have some friends that like might not like this person, and they know it, you know, because they know how like stupidly they treated you. Okay, let's see what their higher self has to say. I'm beginning to understand this connection. Yeah, just now, I'm getting that kind of energy from you. You're like, yeah, really? You're just figuring it out? You're just seeing who I am, like what I am to you, and like what this connection could be, and like you're just figuring, like I'm getting like this feeling of like your eyes bulging out, like just now? Really? Like, you know how long I've been putting energy and effort into this connection? What does Spirit have to say? Focus on your material world. Yeah, Spirit's like, maybe not give this person like the time of day right now. Like you have other things going for you. Like focus on that. Like don't let this person take up space in your mind. You know, like don't give this person any thought right now. Heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah, I feel like they're just kind of, I'm getting from Spirit like they really didn't know what they had. Like how rude. Like they're kind of, they didn't know what they had until you kind of left. Fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Yeah. Especially with the master number 22 here. I feel like you're so clutch with a lot of things. Like you're really business minded. You might be very logical, good with organizations, good with like today's structures of the world. But you're also good with the number 3 here. Like you're really good with building family connections, friendships, like looking out for like people that are important to you. Like you're a really strong player to have on like anyone's team. Like anyone would be lucky to have you as like a friend or family member or coworker, because you like check up on everyone. You like, you bring like the energy of family into family dynamics. Like you are the family, you are the friendship energy. Like you are like the glue that holds everyone together kind of thing. So like they really messed up. they really messed up. And Spirit, I don't think Spirit wants you to be with this person, because they're kind of trying to be like sly, and try to get you back, but they don't deserve you, Okay, Spirit's message for what is coming up for you next in life. 8 of Wands. Wow, a lot of things coming in really quickly. Where there might have been stagnancy in your life, now the pace is picking back up. You're ready to create change, whether in the form of communication or moving towards your plans or goals. Use this forward momentum to be your benefit. Yeah, I'm getting like you're building like really big things in your life right now. And I feel like Spirit wanted this message to come to you because this person was kind of holding your energies back. So like if you can kind of make the decision to kind of not let them take up your energy, time, space, and thoughts, you'll see how quickly beautiful new opportunities and things come into your life. Yeah, because I got like focus on your material world. Like I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of more material wealth. So things that you've always wanted, like they're going to start coming in like so quickly. And it might start with like, I'm getting like small things like, handbags, wallets, new phone, like just kind of like little things at first, and then like quickly into like bigger material opportunities, like better job, better home, and like things like that. So like that's gonna happen very quickly. It's like this person has been like holding back your energies, and like that's why this message was so important for you. All right, pile 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave pile 2 in the comment section. It really, really helps me out, especially with a new topic like this. I love input. It helps me out so much. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3. With the clear quartz, we're looking at how do they feel about you, and will they be coming back? I have a lot of questions. So I'm going to move pretty quickly. I'm going to rip off this band-aid, whether it's good or positive or negative. Like, I think this is something that you just need the information, and then that way you can make decisions in your life now, moving forward. So let's start with how they felt about you back then. Reflection. Okay, so I do feel like there was like a real good mirror energies. Like both of you might have gotten along really quickly because like, oh, you had those experiences in life. Like I've had those experiences in life. Like I had that happen in childhood, or I went to that event too, or something like that. So both of you kind of really quickly formed a bond because you have so many similarities in your life. What do they think about you now? How do they feel about you now? Magic. So there's this I'm getting a divine counterpart energy. Like they definitely think like twin flame, soulmate type of energy. Like you can do no wrong. Like how do we always end up in the most like perfect, bizarrely coincidental situation? So they kind of leaned into this fact that like it was so crazy that you two have such specific similarities. And this is someone who kind of went along with that. Like kind of leaned into it and thought about it and like respected that. And nowadays they just think this whole connection is magical, you and everything about this connection. So will they be coming back? Yes, and successfully. So this is someone that is a great bond, divinely connected to you, and they recognize who you are, and they didn't run away from you for it. Or if they ran away, like it wasn't forever, like they might have just needed to do some things. Their soul might have just might have needed to have some experiences in this lifetime without you first. Okay, so let's get some clarifications real quick. Yeah, I feel like they spent time reflecting on this connection, but there was something else they needed to do before they could fully form this connection in the physical, if that makes sense. Like they were meant to have this other kind of experience. I'm getting for some of you like this is you're gonna be like your last lifetime here, and so you kind of want to clear any karma or have any experiences that you might want before entering your divine partnership, or before you end this life kind of thing. So I feel like for some of you it was meant to be like another kind of romantic relationship. So it might have been really difficult when they kind of had to leave you, and you might have found out that they were with someone else, and it's because they had this contract. They had this kind of like thing that they wanted to experience in this lifetime, before, you know, they committed to you forever and always, kind of, you know, beyond death kind of commitment. So like, they had their reasons. I'm getting Ace of Pentacles, yeah. But when they come to you, they're going to come to you correctly. They're going to, you know, offer you something in the physical, something substantial, a relationship. So when you do see this person again and they do talk to you, they are going to kind of offer a physical relationship, a relationship in this reality. So, wow. Let's see, it's magic. Ace, Page of Swords. They have thought about you a lot. They have been thinking about this connection and what it means to them. They never forgot you, and they constantly thought about this connection. But it was kind of like, at some points, they had to put it behind them. They put it in the back of their minds because, like, they were meant to kind of fully be immersed in this experience that they meant to have, you know, before getting into a committed relationship with you, or getting into a committed relationship with you again. So like they did think about you often, but they had to force themselves like not to, so they can be fully present for, you know, the other lessons or experiences that they signed up for. Okay, so like I feel like pile 3, you're like a high vibrational person, so you kind of understand this. You might have not liked it so much before, but you kind of understand it at least, even if you don't like it. Okay, so what time frame would they be coming back? Okay, 5 of Wands and the 27th. I'm getting Aries, like March 27th kind of energy. So 5 of Wands generally is like meaning like 5 days, 5 weeks, or 5 months. So this is more of like a Leo kind of card, 5 of Wands, July 22nd to August 1st. So kind of summer energies or spring energies. And I'm getting, it's like, it's soon if it's been more than 5 years. So if it's like been more than 5 years since you've met this person, then like 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. Like it's not that far away. But if it hasn't been more than 5 years, then I'm getting 5 years. But if it's already been 5 years or more, then like really soon. Which is like, if you've been like, you know, on a journey with your divine counterpart, like that's nothing after the amount of time that you've already have had being patient for this person. Okay. I immediately got like March 27th because it's like my half birthday, and I have a cousin whose birthday is March 27th, and like a lot of our family members, we have like my cousins, like we have half birthdays of each other, which I thought was really kind of unique. But and like even like my best friends in high school, both of their names, they're twins, were the names of my siblings, and like I've always had like coincidences like that. So I feel like there's a coincidence like that happening soon. I'm gonna look into that. Like eagle. Oh yeah. So I forgot. There's like a morning dove that was cooing outside, even though it's like sunset. Yeah. So I feel like it's something opposite to like the time frame you met, or like, I don't know, like I'm getting, it might be the same, around the same time that you met, like same month or something, like around the same time frame that you met them the first time. But it might be like the opposite. Like if you met them at night, you might meet them in the morning. If you met them in the morning, you might meet them at night. If you met them at their place, they might meet you at your place, like that kind of thing. Triumph over obstacles. And with this eagle card, I'm getting kind of like, you win. Like I feel like you always looked at the higher perspective and kind of like held out for like what you know you could have in love, and now you win. Okay, so what would they want to say to you if they could say something to you right now? If I asked, you to stay when you leave. Yeah, and under this like Ace of Pentacles, like I feel like they always know, like the Four of Cups here and the Four here, like they've always known that they wanted to be with you and they want to ask you, but they couldn't like hold, like you can't be like, oh, I know this is going to be the one when you're in a relationship with someone else. You got to be present for that relationship. You're going to have to put your like whole mind, body, and soul and spirit and focus in that relationship you're currently in. Like, even though you're like hard of hearts is saying like, oh, I want to be with this person and I'm going to eventually ask them out or ask them to marry me, like you can't think that way when you're in another relationship or you're having another life experience. You kind of have to be in that moment. Like that's really hard for like high level spiritual people or intuitive people, because like you kind of know, but you can't like let that like stop you from living your life, kind of, you know. You have to be kind of present for the experiences that you're having now. So I'm getting that kind of situation, like where they always knew that they wanted to be with you and want to marry you, but they weren't gonna like try to like sabotage their current relationship just to be with you, you know. They like they're in that relationship for a reason, you know. It just feels like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, like if you could describe it, you get it, right? What would their higher self want to say to you? Please trust me. Yeah, they're like, trust me, I know what I'm doing. Like it would have been wrong if I got into this connection, and because I would have still had to go through that other experience, but while we were together, and it would have made everything so much worse. So like, please trust me, like I did it the right way. Like they might not know it themselves consciously, but like their soul knows, like they did it the right way. What does Spirit have to say to you about this connection? Focus on what matters most. Yeah, I feel like you do like kind of focus on like love and healing and like the important things in life, like connections with people, with loved ones, and you know, soul mission, life purpose, like that kind of stuff. Spirit's like, yeah, like do what you've always been doing, which is just like focusing on what's important to you, what you're able to do right now in this moment. Okay, Vase, secret admirer. Yeah, so I feel like this person has been secretly admiring you for a very long time. And how like awesome is that to hear, because it's like, yeah, this person has never stopped thinking about you. They thought about you often, and they really actually use the connection between the two of you to kind of do their own inner work all the time. They've been secretly admiring you for a very long time, to the point where they just kind of made you kind of like a star, like a celebrity in their life, that they're like, oh, like look, beautiful pile of three, they're such a celebrity status in my life, like they can do no wrong, they're perfect. And it's kind of more it turned into a relationship of admiration for you, rather than like physical romantic love, because like they were, you know, having other life experiences, and so they kind of put you higher up on a pedestal and kind of like loved you as like a god or goddess, and kind of like, you know, admired you. Like that's how they showed their love for you, is an admiration, and they were just kind of living this like human physical life while having this godlike love for you, which is really, if you get it, you get it. It's really special. Okay, and unique. It's different. Lastly, what does Spirit say is coming up for you next? King of Pentacles. Wow, and it came out in reverse. A natural born leader with a firm but compassionate hand, you create success easily within your physical world. Your experience on your journey has led you to great wisdom. Trust what you know. And with the trust coming up twice here, I do feel like if it's not this specific person, pile 3, I do feel like you have someone coming into your life long term who is about to give you a really beautiful opportunity that has to do with your life purpose. That could be the thing that helps you set up for this person coming back, or this could be the person that you end up having a life experience with that's like very like stable and secure, or it could be your person coming through and giving you this opportunity. Whatever it is, like I feel like this is a good connection. Like I would trust it. You know, it could be a person who like connects you with your life purpose, or this person you're thinking of might be setting you up for it. Whether it's like a relationship or just like a boss or like a friend or actually your person, pile 3, like I would trust this situation that Spirit is bringing in for you through this person. So yeah, and they might remind you a lot about I want to say like your twin flame or your soulmate or whoever this person is to you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please, 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 please leave pile 3 in the comment section. It really helps me out, especially with new topics like this. I really value your input. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Have a beautiful pile 4, the Celestite. We're looking at how they feel about you and will they be coming back. I'm going to go really quickly because I picked a lot of questions, and this is meant to be a short reading, but ended up being a regular size reading, and I have a bajillion piles. But it's meant to kind of just like give you the information that you need to make important decisions in your life right now. So let's see how they felt about you before and now. I'm going to try to like rip off this band-aid, whether it's good or bad, just so you get the information you need. So I do feel like there was like the connection was kind of stuck and it wasn't really going anywhere. And it was like that for a very long time between the two of you. In the past, how do they feel about you now? Frustration. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. So I feel like this is something that you two have been talking about and kind of recognized for a while now. The fact that like this connection isn't really going anywhere, or they feel like that, or you feel like that. Both of you might want different things, or this connection has just kind of stayed plateaued, and not really kind of moved towards any kind of goal. This frustration could be one way, it could be both ways, but I do feel like there's an acknowledgement here from them and from you that like, yeah, this isn't really going anywhere. We're kind of going in circles right here. Okay, so what will they be coming back? Okay, this is my yes card, but it's in reverse. So I'm getting like yes, but not in the way that you expect. All right, so let's get some clarification. So Knight of Wands, I feel like in the beginning they were really excited to get this connection going without much thought about what you needed as an individual, what they needed as an individual, and where the two of you were going in life. I feel like this connection was kind of like they thought this connection will help them kind of move forward in life, but you kind of have to move yourself forward, right? You kind of had to figure out who you are. And I think they were frustrated because they thought like, how like some people, they kind of expect everyone else to like do everything for them or help them out, or like for everything in life to be easy kind of thing. I feel like your person isn't like exactly like that. They're not like a man child or anything, but I'm getting that they're like, they're kind of hoping that this connection would help them figure out so much. Like they put too much expectations on this connection and what it's supposed to do for them. And depending on your own specific situation, like this person could be like adult baby and like very, very immature, or if not, like this person just kind of didn't know who they are and what they wanted in life, and they're just kind of stuck in life, and they kind of took that frustration out on you and the connection, and that like they feel like they're not going anywhere, and like they don't know, like this is not what they want, they don't know what they want. And it's like, okay, like that's not your fault or the connection's fault. It's like they need to do that for themselves kind of first, So yeah, they were willing to jump into this connection really quickly because they felt like it kind of gave them a leg up in life. Like it kind of made them feel like they were moving forward with their life, but they were at the same place because they didn't really actually do the inner work to figure out what they wanted. Wow. Okay. So the Empress, yeah. And the thing is, like, I feel like they were kind of frustrated because you look like you were going places. You look like you know who you were and what you wanted to do in life. And that really frustrates them because they're like, oh, you're doing well. Like, you're moving ahead in life, but, like, I'm stuck. And, like, I'm not, they get kind of jealous or kind of, like they're just feeling that they're being left behind or something. Okay. And they're frustrated. Emperor. Okay. And I think they're frustrated because they took the time to kind of figure out who they are and everything, but you by that time you already left. Or this could be you finally figured out who you are, you finally kind of like became the person you want to be and have the job that you want and whatever, and now this person isn't in their life anymore. It's like, oh, if we met now, like we would have had like the perfect life. Like why couldn't we have met when we like figured ourselves out and on the same page kind of thing. And so, or like maybe you two are still together, but it's kind of like there's all this kind of fighting that happened in recent years or something, and it's just like, how can you ever look past those memories of just both of you fighting? Maybe there's like a tendency to fight when you're together because like that's what you two are used to with each other. That's what you remember. You kind of bring up the past a lot. They bring up the past a lot, and so it kind of sucks because both of you, I'm getting with the Empress and the Emperor energy here. Like you two did the thing. You did the work, and you kind of figured out who you want to be and what you want out of life. And it sucks that your person did too. But by this time, you two kind of have already had too many like bad experiences with each other in your connection that you can't like really see you two kind of being back together because there's too many like bad memories there, you know? Or like one person had already left the connection and it's just like, I don't know, it's like, can this be revived a little bit? So let's see the kind of the time frame of them coming back, because I do see them coming back. But let's see. The Hermit, not alone. Couple of months. Okay, so the Hermit is obviously like Virgo energy. You can see like August, September. So we got a couple of months here, but like for the Hermit card, it could be like within the next 30 days. But it might take up to like 6 months or even a year and a half to fully manifest. So I'm getting kind of like they might be coming back, but maybe not alone. Like they might be like coming back into your life, but maybe they're kind of dating someone else right now. Or maybe, you know, they have a job that's like kind of at a distance. So it seems like it's kind of impossible at first, you know, this kind of like, this is something that has to be like kind of figured out. Like, how is this going to work? First of all, you two kind of have to reconnect and show that you're both interested in each other still. And that this is like plausible, like that you two can have a relationship with each other. That's not going to be like constantly bringing up like old times and old issues. And then like, you know, if you're at a distance, like how can we like kind of see each other more, talk to each other more, or even like, you know, if they're dating someone else, like, you know, will you be, you know, willing to kind of let go of that opportunity for this opportunity? It's kind of like you had to figure things out. So that's why it takes they might be coming back in like a month or two, but it might take like 6 months or so to just even show interest in each other, to be able to kind of start dating again, or to like get back into each other's lives, like, you know. So that's what I'm getting. So I'm going, yes, but not in the way that you expected. Let me pull another clarifier. Tower. Solid foundation, success with effort. Yeah, so I feel like the two of you, like, I mean, you became the Empress and the Emperor. Like, you two are really good together. And you guys, you probably were helping each other so much to become that best version of yourselves. You just couldn't see it back then because you were still kind of like in that process, right? But I feel like both of you can see it now, like clearly, like, oh yeah, this person was there for me. Like they're the reason, they're the inspiration, the motivation for me to like become this person that I am today. And that's how I'm so successful. So there is a solid foundation there, and both of you recognize it. I mean, Empress and Emperor here, like, wow, like really good match. Even the Knight of Wands here, really good physical, sexual chemistry as well. It seemed like that you two are always going to give this another shot, but it was just kind of like, maybe let some time go by so you can like kind of cool off. And so, because if you like kind of get back into a connection right away, like, and you two kind of like fought a lot, it might get back into that vibe just because it's so like, it's like a habit. So it's kind of like, oh, give it some space to kind of break that habit so we get into a healthy connection rather than a connection that we remember where we just fought all the time and picked at each other or something. But there is a good foundation there. You two kind of helped each other become the emperor and the empress. And there can be success in this connection with effort. Both of you recognize it. It might just take, some time to kind of rekindle the romantic interest there, the kind of belief. It's more kind of trusting the other person again and trusting that this could be a good connection and it's not going to go back to it the way it was, Okay, so if they were right in front of you, what would they want to say? I imagine you naked. Yes. And the sexual chemistry never died. That's what I say. I'm like, it's not so much like rekindling the romance because both of you are still so very into each other, very sexually attracted to each other. It's more like trusting that the other person will not like nitpick at you, fight with you. Like this will be a healthy connection, going forward. What would their higher self want to say to you right now about that then? I want to grow together. Oh, growth. So I feel like they needed to grow up themselves before getting into this connection. This connection, you specifically really inspired them to do so. But that's why it didn't really work the first time around because it was like they needed to figure out who they were first, And you really helped them do that. But the connection couldn't really grow until they figured that out, and you too, in your own ways, and that's so sweet. That feeling of I want to grow together with you is still there with them. What does Spirit want to say about this connection? Feel the strength of your soul, yeah, because it's kind of it's tough, right? To be like, am I going to risk my heart, risk heartbreak? Risk everything in my life again to be with this person? And it's like, you're a strong person, like you can decide for yourself if something's worth the risk or not. And like I feel like you feel like, yeah, this person is worth it, and you're strong enough to kind of get this connection to its successful place, because it's gonna take some effort, but like I think you believe it's worth it, and so do they. Turkey, someone is behaving stupidly. Yes. I think they're going to look back at, who they were when you first met, and they're going to be like, oh, I was really stupid. Like, I will admit, like, I was really stupid. But it's because sometimes when you're in that energy, you don't realize it. Like, you're just kind of lost, and you don't know why you feel so lost. You don't know what you're looking for, even. And so they just felt lost. They didn't know what they were looking for. They were just frustrated, and they were just kind of frustrated with themselves, and they got it all figured out now. And I think they'll tell you, like, yeah, I was stupid back then, and that's why my behavior was stupid. Like, I promise not to be stupid again. Like, act stupidly like that ever again. Like, I have fixed my stupid. Okay, and they're not gonna bring it with them. Lastly, what is Spirit's message for you, or what's coming up next for you? Oh my goodness, the Empress in reverse again. I feel like you were always shining very brightly. I'm seeing the Empress energy as you. Because like I feel like you were always on top of your game. You just became more on top of your game since this connection started. Like you were always shining bright. You were just kind of waiting for them to kind of get to being the Emperor. And in that time you just became more of the Empress energy. You just kind of, became more awesome. They were being a little stupid. Step into your divine feminine energy and get ready to birth a new abundant reality. By standing in your nurturing, creative, and self-expressive power, you're creating a world of compassion and love. Allow this love to flow through your open heart. Yeah, I feel like you've always kind of had this big heart and really a good sense of connection to your creative side. And so I feel like you have been always kind of doing work, whether it's your career or charity work or just working with, friends and family, using your creative sense. Like, I feel like you're going to do even more of that in all areas of your life. Like, use your creativity even more powerfully with your skills that you've, like, kind of polished up and, new skills and knowledge you've learned in your work life, in your family connections and friendships and community, and in just, like, things that you like to do, your hobbies, your interests. You have a really, really strong life ahead of you, Pile 4, like, and you always have. That takes strength. And that's why Spirit's like, yeah, like, look at how much you've done, like, on your own. You know? Like, this is nothing. Like, the work required to get this connection going again is nothing. And this person's, like, at your level now. So it's, like, gonna be worth it. Like, you're gonna have an extra team member to help you with everything. And you're gonna be able to do even more of the stuff you like. So pile 4, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you resonated, I really appreciate it. If you left the pile 4 in the comment section, please put pile 4 in the comment section if you pick this pile, because it really helps me out. This is a new topic, and I love input on new topics. It helps me out. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 5, the Selenite. We're looking at how do they feel about you, and will they come back? I'm going to go really quickly through this reading because it's meant to be a short reading, but I have so many questions, and we're going to just kind of like pull off the band-aid, whether it's positive or negative. Like, at least you'll have the information to make the decisions you need to make now to continue with your highest best life. So, you know, been talking really fast because, you know, I decided to overdo it this time, even though I'm excited, tired, and exhausted. I'm like, no, best reading every single time, worth a subscribe. Okay, so how do they feel about you back then? Ghost. So I feel like they might have ghosted you, or they just kind of acted like they weren't always there, like present with you, even if they were with you in the same room or hanging out or even on a date with you. It was kind or having a conversation with you. It was like they were kind of like not always there. But I do feel like for most of you, like they ghosted you. What about now? Trust. Not only do they trust you, but they also trust themselves now. I feel like the reason that they ghosted you in the past or wasn't really present with you in the past is because, like, they didn't trust themselves. They didn't trust you. How can they trust you if they can't trust themselves? Okay? You seem like a very trustworthy person, someone who's kind, someone who's, like, worth having a long-term relationship with, very valuable, brings a lot to the table. They didn't trust themselves to be around someone like you because they didn't think that they could be that to you. They didn't think that they deserved it. And also they didn't trust kind, good people because maybe they just never had kind, trustworthy people around them. So they had a lot to work through, but I feel like they now trust themselves and trust you so much. Okay, so will they come back? Yes. The Empress, wow, and better than ever. So good that they can like nurture you and take care of you and listen to your needs and wants and like help take care of you. I feel like in the past, like you're gonna be surprised because I feel like in the past they couldn't even take care of themselves, and now they're coming back in this energy where they're like, not only can I take care of myself, but I can take care of you. I can take care of our friends and family and our community. Like I can do it all. Like it's gonna be such a shock to see where they are now if you haven't been like in contact or, you know, keeping up with them in social media. Like I feel like if you haven't, you're gonna be shocked that they're kind of coming back in this powerful way. Like they really did a lot of work and found themselves. Even if you have been talking to them a little bit here and there or checking up on them on social media, like you might not know if that's actually them or if they're just like, you know, faking it online. You're gonna find out that that's actually real. Like they're actually that kind, awesome person now. Okay, so let's get some more clarification. Yeah, 8 of Cups. So they definitely walked away. They definitely ghosted you. If they didn't like straight up ghost you, like it was kind of like that. They just kind of like left without saying a word or, you know, giving any real good explanation, you know? And it's like, where did you even go? Like, why was your phone number changed? Why did you get off social media? Why does your friends not even know where you are? Where did you even go? Like, you moved to a different, like, completely different country or, like, different, you know, state, province? Like, what? Like, where did you even, like, what happened to you? I feel like they didn't just ghost you. They ghosted, like, everybody. Or, like, no one knows where they went. Or they just kind of fell off your radar so hard that, like, you didn't even know where to find them if you needed to in an emergency, you know? It was like that kind of drop off from your life. Oh my goodness, the 4 of Wands with the Empress. Oh my goodness, this could turn into like a marriage between you and this person. Happy home, happy life, happy marriage card. Like I feel like for most of you, this is going to be like it. Like, this is going to be the one. You're going to live like a happy, beautiful, successful life together. If not, it's going to be like a very long-term commitment. But I feel like for most of you, it's going to be like marriage, moving in together, the whole family thing, everything. Wow. This is amazing, Pile 5. Okay, so trust. I feel like they're never going to go down that path again. So if you're kind of worried, like, hey, like, it seemed kind of scary back then, like, because I feel like they just kind of ghosted you, and that might have broke your heart so bad. Like, you need to know that you can trust them, that they won't ever leave you like that again, because you're like, I don't think I could ever deal with a heartbreak again. I think you're going to be able to trust them as much as they trust you, which is like 100% now, that they're not going to ever leave you like that again. Because I feel like it was devastating. I was like, you cannot go through that experience twice. No. Okay, so when will they be coming back? What's the time frame? 4 swords in reverse. And, oops. Card fell. Couple of years. Okay, with the 4 swords in reverse, I'm getting like they're on your radar. So it's not like you don't know that they're around, that you don't have communication. Because a couple of years kind of fell off the table, and then it kind of fell on this like the Empress and 4 of Wands. I'm getting the couple of years is that like it's only going to take a couple of years for the two of you to kind of get married or move in together or something. You know, so with the 4 swords in reverse, I'm getting like they're on your radar sooner rather than later. Like, they're around you, they connect with you, they communicate. You know, it might start off slow, like they might just say hi, or might just like a picture that you sent or something. But it's like the channels of communication are opening, and like I'm getting from Spirit, like in the beginning it's more subtle and slow, because you might have a heart attack if they came back into your life too fast. So it's kind of like both in both ways. Like, if they came into your life too fast, or if they ever left you again, same kind of like experience. I feel like your body would not be able to handle it. So Spirit's like, we're gonna subtly bring them back into your life, especially in the beginning, because you might freak the F out, and we can't have that. And again, with the 4, it's like 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months. So it's gonna happen much sooner than you think. But I'm getting that kind of energy of like every like month or so you get like more communication. Like, it might start off with like they say something, they say hi or something, and then maybe like a few months later they message you again, and then like a few weeks later, and then like 4 days later, you know, like, so kind of subtly coming back into your energy, where they're like slowly coming back. But I am getting like within 4 months, I'm getting specifically for most people that this person is coming back. Yeah, I pulled another card, several months. Yeah. So within the next like 4 or 5 months, I got 4 months specifically. 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. This is a timeless reading, so whenever that is for you. But like, yeah, 4 or 5 months from now, whenever you're watching this. And it might take a couple, like, and just within a couple of years, you're going to be like living in with them, and you're going to be so like normal. Like, this is going to be like normal that you two are like together. Not gonna even like phase you. But I feel like the first like year is like gonna really like Spirit really coddles you in this connection, because it's like, we don't want you to have a heart attack and die before you get to even like live with this person and stuff. So like, yeah, within 4 or 5 months, I feel like they come into your life, and I feel like that's such a short period of time for like, you know, what did transpire in the past to what's happening now. Okay, so what would they say to you if they were right in front of your face right now? Words do hurt. Okay, so you might not like this explanation, but I feel like if they gave you a good explanation and they didn't just ghost you, like, it would have hurt you more, for sure. And I feel like Spirit's like doubling down on this too, being like, yeah, like, you were better off them like ghosting you, kind of, rather than them kind of like just speaking their minds, because they were in such a like weird place that they would have said some very, very mean things that they might have not been able to take back. Like, you wouldn't have seen them the way you do now if they kind of said what was on their mind back then. But now they don't even believe those words anymore. So like, they're really, really happy with their decision to kind of just say as little as possible and leaving. So you might not agree with that, but like Spirit is saying it and they are saying it like, no, like, trust me, like that was way better than what could have happened. Okay, what does their higher self want to say to you about back then? My heart is safe with you. They do trust you. They're saying that they do feel completely very safe with you. But like they had such a mistrust for kind people who believed in something greater, something bigger. And it's because they didn't have faith in themselves. They didn't have like faith in others. Like they were in a really bad, they would have said some really harsh negative things, that something that they completely don't agree with nowadays. They did feel safe with you back then, but they didn't trust themselves, and it was not you, it was them. You know, and that's like such a stupid cliche like breakup line, but like it was 100% valid. Okay, what does Spirit want to say to you about this connection? Play. So Spirit does want you to get into kind of more of a playful energy here, especially with the Empress and the Four of Wands. Like get back to like who you were when you like kind of met them. Maybe you were younger, maybe you had more hope in life, maybe they kind of destroyed you so much that you forget how to have fun, you know, completely. Like they're like, maybe get back into that place where like just knowing that like things are going to work out for you in the love department in such a big, beautiful way, divine way, that it's worth it to kind of get into that energy again. You know, you're not going to completely be that person before they ghosted you, but this new version of you that learns how to play and connect with life and enjoy life again in a better way, in a new way maybe. So let's see. Temporary situation, tent, yeah. So I'm getting like, again, like a confirmation that Spirit is saying like let things unfold organically. You know, let it happen. Apple, temptation will test you. Yeah, because like I feel like you might like jump them. Like you might like jump on them and never let them leave. And it's kind of like you might act too drastic, and we need to make sure that you act normally and get into this connection, because that's why Spirit's like, oh, it's gonna be so important for you to play, get into your creative energies, and just kind of have fun and find things that you like doing, because you're gonna put way too much energy and focus into this person. You're gonna be too excited, and we need you to calm down and, you know, release that energy in other things that you like, other friends and situations, groups, people, so that you can enter this connection not so dramatic and eager and, you know, ripping their clothes off, you know. Okay, lastly, what is Spirit's message for you about what's coming up next in your life? The Hermit. It's time to go within for some self-reflection and introspection as a pause in your journey. Yeah, temporary situation, pause in your journey. You might be withdrawing from the world to explore deeper aspects of yourself, or embracing the wisdom of a spiritual mentor. Yeah. So I'm getting from Spirit, like the Hermit vibe, I'm getting more kind of like taking it easy, not getting overly excited, and too like clingy right off the bat, and just kind of like taking time to kind of figure out how you want to handle this time around. And oftentimes when you get the thing that you want, a lot of people just kind of like don't take the time to appreciate it, really like sit in that energy, really ground it in. So this might be like this tent pause moment, like this temporary situation moment, is really for you to kind of come at it in a very healthy way, a way that's like long lasting, and that kind of moves forward for you organically in a good pace, and kind of letting it ground in. Yeah, so I feel like with Spirit's like million reminders here to kind of like take it easy. It might be a good idea to kind of let it happen gently. So pile 5, super excited for you if this resonated. I would love it if you left the words pile 5 in the comments below. It really helps me out, as this is a new topic and I love input. It helps me out so much. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 6 with the Fluorite. We're looking at how do they feel about you, and will they be coming back? I'm going to go through this reading pretty quickly because this is meant to be a short reading, but then I have a lot of questions to get through, and it's turned out to be like kind of more of like a regular reading, and it's meant to kind of just like pull it off like a band-aid, just get the answer, whether it's positive or negative, just so you can like make decisions to continue on your highest and best path, you know, to kind of clear up, get some clarity, and move forward, whatever the information is. Okay, so what did they feel about you back then? Surrender in reverse. So I feel like they didn't know what was going to happen. They're like, this is either going to be the best decision in my life or the most dumb decision in my life, but I'm trusting the universe, I'm trusting myself, I'm trusting this person, and I'm going to kind of take a leap of faith here. And so they really kind of put all their faith in this connection because they didn't really have much to go on. They took the risk even though they knew they could be potentially hurt, but they went all in. And now they're kind of in this caution energy. I love the kind of play off of these energies because surrender is kind of like a gray, purplish gray, and it's like vibrant yellow, orange. Train whistle, first one of the reading. Yeah, they're before they threw caution to the wind, and now they're being like super cautious, which I think is kind of annoying for you because it's kind of like, where was the person who trusted me, trusted the process, you know, devil may care, like didn't put too much pressure on this connection, was all for like things that came up organically, like the next step in the connection, next decision, big decision in the connection. Like, where was that person who was like going with the flow and totally like, you know, moving this connection forward? Where did that person go? So I feel like you're kind of like, who is this person? Like, when did you turn this way? You weren't like this in the beginning, and I'm getting like they're almost like gaslighting you, thinking that like, what are you talking about? I've always been this way. It's like, no, you haven't. You know? Are they coming back? I feel like they don't know yet. They're really confused, and they're not giving you a right answer. I feel like this person is going to kind of like play games a little bit because they don't really know if they want to be with you or not, but they don't want you to know that. So they're just going to kind of like give you a bunch of garbage until like they kind of figure it out themselves, which is totally unfair to you, but like if you wanted the real answer, that's what it is. What is so let's get some clarifications a little bit. Justice, yeah, see, unfair. I feel like they put the decision making on most things to you. So for you, it might have seemed like they were just kind of being like, go with the flow a little bit. And they were kind of going with the flow, but not really by putting in their own input, you know? They were just kind of going with the flow by just making you decide everything for the connection. What are we going to eat tonight? Where are we going to go? Whose friends should we see this weekend? You know, what should we do next in the connection? Like, they kind of just like left it all to you, which is unfair as well. In the beginning, it seemed like they were going with the flow because they just kind of went along with whatever you thought, but they weren't being really helpful to you because it's not like they were kind of being proactive and planning things or helping you with decisions by giving you ideas and stuff, or like telling you what they liked or didn't like, you know, like you kind of had to figure it out. You had to do double the work. And that's unfair to you because like you also got the blame if they didn't like what you chose and stuff like that. Okay. The Hermit, yeah. It's kind of like, it's so unfair because it feels like for you, it might feel like you're already alone. Like you might be with this person kind of. But it's basically as good as being alone because they don't make any decisions. They don't give you any straight answers. You know, they can talk to you a lot one week and then completely ignore you the next. It's like very unclear. And it's like they just kind of leave you alone. Like even when you two are together, it's kind of like you're off doing everything alone, like making decisions. If you hang out, it's like you have to make the plans. You have to hit them up first. You know, you have to figure out what they like and what they don't want. And, you know, like it's too much. I'm getting it's like you're like I'm basically alone already. Like it makes you feel very lonely to feel like, and I feel like they might hang out with their friends a lot or their own family or their own people a lot, and it kind of makes you very lonesome because like they never consider you, but you consider them all the time. Like so it's like you spend all your time, money, energy, and focus like on the relationship between the two of you because they're not doing any of their work. And then when they have time, energy, and focus and making decisions, they do it for their friends or their family or their whatever people, you know? So unfair. Okay, yeah. And now they're being more cautious because I feel like, okay, for some of you, I'm getting like you might be the breadwinner, like you might be the one making a lot of money, or maybe you're getting like a new job or a raise or something like that, and so they're like, oh, I need to be like more nicer to pile 6 because like, you know, then they can take care of me and stuff like that. You might be helping them with like money in some way or like living situation, and so now they're kind of like, oh, now I should like pay attention to what pile 6 is doing and give them more love and attention so they can like continue helping me with like material stuff. Or the other way around, like they are getting a job opportunity that gives them more money and they're like, oh, like I don't want to spend it on pile 6. They'd rather spend it on their like friends and themselves and not on you. So they're kind of stepping away from you because they're making more money now and they don't want to spend it on you even though you spend your money on them or something like that. Does that make sense? Okay. So time frame, when would they be coming back? Yeah, who knows? 2 of Swords, who knows? 14. Oh, kill me. So this is a timeless reading, so it'll be whenever this will apply whenever you watch it, but like I'm recording it like days before Valentine's Day, this reading. And it's kind of the reason I wanted to do this reading, so people can like go into Valentine's Day energy as like being like confident with where they are in their love life, you know, whether that's with whatever answers you get, clarity you get. But I'm getting it's like if it's not like Valentine's Day, it's a day that's like kind of special to the two of you. So like if it's like an anniversary or like I don't know, maybe you have a really cool vacation planned and you invited them, but this is before they start being like weird and they are being nice to you because they want to still go on that vacation, but like you know what I'm saying, like they get something out of it. So like it's so manipulative. I don't like this person's energy, and I think you know it too, but it's like so tough. The Justice and the Hermit card here, like I feel like this is one of those like tough situations, like you don't know how to get out of it kind of thing. I do sense like maybe there's like, yeah, some situation where you might be paying for each other's things or like money is involved, bank accounts are together, child support payments or like living situation, or maybe, you know, you two work together or were married, maybe not completely divorced yet or separated yet, trying to make things work, maybe going down that path soon, not really being honest with each other, maybe they're not being honest with you, and you're just like going through a difficult time because you're trying to do everything to make this work and they're not like reciprocating that energy. But I do feel like, yeah, it's a sucky situation. I also am getting a little bit like there might one or both might have like a dependency problem, some sort of addiction situation maybe too. Yeah, just tough all around. But I'm getting with the 2 of Swords and the 14 here, like you're gonna be kind of blindsided. It's gonna come out of nowhere because they're gonna remember like something that will kind of keep you around, like an anniversary date, or, you know, maybe going to a friend's wedding and they're like, oh yeah, like it's gonna look bad if I don't go without a date, or, you know, something like I'm not gonna get like this kind of respect if I don't go with them here, or something like that, like where they feel like they should go, or they have to go, or they get something out of it, you know, which sucks. I know, it sucks hearing that. Okay, so if they're right in front of your face, what would they say? Seek professional advice. Yeah, this person might not be the best for you. I mean, I think this person does genuinely care about you, like they've been with you for so long, or they like got to know you and they know how like nice you are, that like, you know, maybe they're not the best person for you in your life right now. Like maybe seeing a therapist, or, you know, asking your family for help may be a good advice here for you. Even if they don't say this out loud to you, I think they wanted to say this to you. Like if they were a nicer person, like they feel bad sometimes. I feel like not all the time, but this person has like a little bit of like a sociopathic, psychopathic tendencies. It's like, it's just like who they are. Like, you know, they can't really, whether it was like they were born with it or they like through like life experiences, like they have those kind of tendencies, and they can't, like, they do feel bad sometimes, and they do want you kind of to do well, but like obviously they're the kind of person who's going to take advantage of someone like that too. So it's kind of tough. Like sometimes they want to help you out, but most of the times like they want to just help themselves, you know. But they do feel like if they could say something to you, it'd be like, get some help, like get some therapy, get some family members, get someone who cares about you to like help you. Professional advice, yeah, counseling, whatever. What would their higher self want to say to you? I'll never give up on us. Yeah, be careful of this, because I feel like this person will never let you go unless, you know, unless it didn't help them. If they will continue to leech off of you until you move on. Like they will, like they're letting you know, like their higher self is like warning you. It's like, be careful, this person will continue using you until you become not useful to them. So like you might want to think about that. Okay, and what spirit want to say to you? Believe in the impossible. I feel like this pile 6, my heart reaches out to you, because I feel like this is kind of like a situation. There's so many people who've been in this situation where it feels like you can't get out of this connection, and there might be like it might be kind of like circumstances surrounding the connection. It's like really, really tough. Believe it's possible. You can get out of this connection. You can have a better romantic love life. Like it's all possible. It's tough, but there's so many, you know, men and women who've done this before you, and there's so many men and women that's going to happen after you. You can even be someone really helpful for those people. Like remember, like how hard, like how the steps that you did to get out of here, because those steps could help save someone else's life in the future someday, you know. So just like kind of like be that hero that you've always wanted someone to be for you. You know, be that hero for yourself right now. Like don't care about anyone else or anything else unless the people you're directly responsible for, and just get yourself out. Just focus on your security and stability and safety first. And like it's like kind of like when you're in survival mode, you can't do the healing until you're out of that situation. So get yourself out of that situation and then find help. Okay, for some of you it's not like that severe. You're just probably in like a loop, but I feel like a lot of you, like you're kind of in a really, really tough situation. Okay, scissors, disappointments in some affairs. Yeah, you really need to cut this person out. Like it's like the 2 swords here. I'm like, just put an X in front of your heart chakra. Like, no, you will not take my energy anymore. Like, you know, like cut this person out. It's really bad. Moon, changes in your life, like very, very big changes. I feel like immediately after you leave the situation, before you even start like healing, because you can't really heal until you get yourself out of the situation, right? Like your like emotional state will change so much. Your emotional health will change so much. And like you're going to be surprised how quickly you can like gain back your confidence and even have love, real, true, genuine, caring, nurturing love in your life again. And lastly, what is Spirit's message for you of what's coming up next for you? 6 of Wands. Look at how that cute. Yeah. 5 of Wands. This person couldn't make up their mind, was just causing chaos in your life, little tornadoes in your life here and there. Once you kick them out, 6 of Wands. Next step, victory right away. You've achieved victory over a recent battle, whether in your external world or within yourself. You might be receiving public recognition for your success and the progress that you've made in your journey. Allow yourself this self-appreciation and public acknowledgement. I feel like people are going to be like celebrating you, like, yeah, you got yourself out of that marriage or that difficult situation, that tough situation. Like, celebrate those little wins, because it's those little wins that add up to a big win, you know? So like once you leave, like have that brunch with your friend, you know, like whatever you need to do, like celebrate it in your small way or big way, just to kind of, you know, recognize that this is a huge accomplishment. These are the real accomplishments in life, like getting through big emotional situations like that, difficult situations like that. That's the real achievements in people's lives, you know? Like everyone can, you know, work hard, work out really hard, get a nice body, but it's like it's a work ethic behind the scenes that people don't see. They see the results, right? It's becoming free in your energies, loving again in your energies, confident again, and making big changes are so tough. That's to be celebrated. And with the 6 of Wands here, since we're looking at your love life, I feel like don't be surprised if you get a lot of attention. I feel like you haven't had people kind of like acknowledge how like sexy you look and how beautiful you are, and, you know, show interest in you. And you're going to see that really quickly, because you're going to be putting your energy back onto yourself, and people are going to notice that you're in this really good energy, and you're going to be putting yourself out there, having fun with your friends and family. It's going to show. You're going to get a lot of interest right away. You know, you might not want to jump into anything right away. It seems like you might just want to go on a date here or two, but like, I think you're going to be feeling really good really quickly. And celebrate every single one of those wins. First, leaving the situation, and then every like little bit of healing that you do along the way with your friends. I'm getting with like brunch or like cake or something. It'll be fun. All right, Pile 6, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, really appreciate a like or comment. If this resonated, if you could please leave Pile 6 in the comment section. It lets me know that you chose this pile, that we resonated with it, and it really helps me out with new topics like this. I really value your input. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I wish you much love and light.